At the beginning of the story, we see a scene of our Earth, which has been completely destroyed. The cities that once shimmered with lights and were full of activity are now engulfed in darkness. The Earth, which was once beautiful, with rivers flowing freely and forests surrounding the cities, has now been reduced to nothing. We then see a man who has stabbed a spear into someone's chest. He tells us that this Earth is completely finished. Nothing remains. He says, "I know I can never forgive you for this. Why? Why did you kill them all? Why, heavenly demon, did you do this?" He vows that he will never forgive this scoundrel who destroyed their world. Just then, a voice speaks from behind him. "You have done well, meta-human Lee Sun-Yuk." A powerful goddess appears. She looks incredibly strong. The meta-human recognizes her and says, "Vega, you're here?" We are then introduced to Vega, the supreme goddess. She tells him, "You have saved this world by killing the heavenly demon." But the meta-human bitterly replies, "Saved? What did I save? There's nothing left here. Stop this nonsense. Do you think I saved anything? There is nothing worth saving. You say I killed the monster, but what was the point when there's nothing left?" We are then taken 10 years back. One day without warning, mysterious gates appeared out of nowhere. Strange, unknown monsters emerged from these gates, and as soon as they set foot on Earth, they turned human life into hell. Within just 6 months, half of humanity was wiped out. But soon after, a powerful constellation appeared. These constellations had unique powers and stigmas, which they granted to humans to help defeat the monsters. These humans, reborn with special abilities, became servants of the goddesses. Among them, the most powerful was known as a Paul. These empowered individuals were called superhumans, or metahumans. Humanity believed that the metahumans were their saviors and would lead them back to peace. But then, Heavenly Demon appeared, a being so terrifying that it was called the 1,000 Calamities. Initially, people thought he was just another powerful metahuman. However, over time, he absorbed the stigmas of other metahumans, making himself even stronger. His power, known as Black Heaven, allowed him to absorb the very essence and strength of other constellations. As he devoured them, he became an unstoppable force. The constellations and their servants joined forces to defeat him, setting aside their differences. But Heavenly Demon single-handedly crushed them all. Even the most noble warriors, including a Pole, the bravest among them, were utterly powerless before him. He tore them apart and absorbed their strength, making himself even more invincible. And now in the present, the last survivor has finally managed to kill the Heavenly Demon. But with nothing left to protect, what was the point? Vega tells him, "Despite everything, you have defeated the Heavenly Demon, meta-human Lee Sun-Yuk. As a reward, I grant you a wish. You may ask for anything, and I will fulfill it through the power of the Celestial Oath." The Celestial Oath is a powerful rule. Anyone who saves a world from a catastrophic threat is granted one wish, no matter what it is. After thinking for a moment, Lee Sun-Yuk says, "If that's the case, I want to do it all over again. I want to fix everything. Send me back into the past." Vega is startled. "Are you sure? If you regress, you will have to relive all the pain, suffering, and cruelty of this history. You will have to endure everything again. Are you prepared for that?" But he is firm in his decision. "Yes, I know it will be painful, but I want to change everything. I want to rewrite history. I want to create a world where there are still people left to protect." After a brief hesitation, Vega agrees. "Very well. Through the power of the Celestial Oath, I will send you back in time." Just before he departs, Lee Sun-Yuk makes one more request. "Vega, before I leave, can you grant me your stigma?" Vega shakes her head. "That is impossible. No human can survive after absorbing my stigma. Even the Heavenly Demon couldn't handle it. You are no different." But Lee Sun-Yuk insists. "I know I am not worthy, but I still want to try. If I can absorb it, maybe, just maybe, I can end this before it even begins." After thinking for a moment, Vega finally agrees. "Fine, Heavenly Star. I will grant you my stigma, but whether you survive or not is up to you." As she activates the Celestial Oath, Lee Sun-Yuk asks one last question. "Will I lose my memories?" Vega shakes her head. Number, but I will. The Vega in that timeline will not remember anything that happened here. However, if she realizes you are a regressor, she might accept you as her disciple. If that happens, you will gain powers far beyond an Apollo. We then learn that among the constellations, the highest-ranking servants are Apols. But if a constellation personally accepts someone as their disciple, that person gains power beyond even an Apol. And Vega is one of the three most powerful constellations. If Sun-Yuk can become her disciple, he will possess an unmatched power. Before leaving, he swears, "Heavenly demon, I will never forgive you. I will always remember your face." The celestial oath activates, engulfing him in blinding light. "Whatever you lost, you shall regain," the system announces, "but in return, you must pay a price." Sun-Yuk is sent back into the past, but as he arrives, something goes terribly wrong. His body is too weak to handle Vega's stigma. "Warning! Your physical body is disintegrating." He collapses, clutching his chest in agony. His soul is unstable. If he doesn't do something quickly, he will be erased from existence. Then a familiar voice speaks. "What's wrong with you? Why are you acting so strange all of a sudden?" Sun-Yuk recognizes the voice. "That voice? No, it can't be." When he looks up, he sees heavenly demons standing right in front of him. His mind is in turmoil. I killed you! How are you here? This doesn't make sense." The system's warnings intensify. His energy is collapsing. His stigma is too powerful. His body is breaking apart. But before he fades away, Vega's voice echoes in his mind. "Regressors have only a 1 in 10,000 chance of survival. But if you make it, you can change everything." In his final moments, a thought lingers in his mind. In the end, he wasn't able to become the one. Then the system's cold mechanical voice echoes. Sun-Yuk has died. Standing over the lifeless body, the heavenly demon's eyes widen in disbelief. "He's dead?" he mutters, his voice trembling. Beads of sweat roll down his face as the reality sinks in. His hands clench into fists, frustration boiling inside him. Dropping to his knees, he finds himself surrounded by a pack of wolves, their eyes glowing in the darkness, their low growls filling the air. "You should have at least killed them all before you died," he shouts, rage and desperation colliding in his voice. He grits his teeth, grabbing a nearby broken branch from the ground. His breathing is ragged, his mind racing. "Damn it! Damn it! Damn it!" He reaches toward Sun-Yuk's corpse, desperately searching for anything that could help him escape this nightmare. As he lifts the dead man's tattered shirt, his eyes widen. Beneath the blood-stained fabric, a stigma glows faintly on Sun-Yuk's body. What kind of stigma is this?" he whispers, his fingers trembling as he traces the unfamiliar mark. He's never seen this one before. Lost in thought, the system suddenly chimes, its voice cutting through the chaos. The black heaven's first awakening will now begin. His breath catches. "What?" A system screen flickers before his eyes. Confusion settles in. Before he can make sense of it, the system rings out again. The black heaven is absorbing the stigma of Lyra. His eyes widen in shock. "What? Black heaven?" A blinding light erupts, engulfing everything in its brilliance. "You have completely absorbed the stigma of Lyra." An unbearable pain sears through his entire body. Lightning crackles through his veins. His nerves feel as if they're being torn apart, rewritten, rebuilt from nothing. His muscles convulse, his limbs twist in agony. His screams pierce the air. "What the hell is this?" The system speaks again, its voice eerily calm. "The power will be adjusted according to the stage of the black heaven." He clenches his teeth, his body racked with pain. Tears spill from his eyes as he cries out, "It hurts!" Then suddenly, silence. The pain stops. The light fades. He sits there, his body trembling, eyes vacant, hollow, void of life. Then one final notification flashes before him. "You have completely absorbed the stigma of Lyra." His breathing is shallow as he stares at the floating system window before him. A thought escapes his lips in a hushed whisper. Aren't awakeners the only ones who can see these? Still lost in thought, his mind swirling with unanswered questions, a sudden golden light bursts into existence beside him. The radiance is blinding, ethereal, not of this world. From within the celestial glow, a figure steps forward. Her presence is overwhelming, divine. Vega, the supreme goddess. Draped in celestial brilliance, her very existence seems to bend reality itself. The air trembles with unseen power as she gazes around, her golden eyes sharp with purpose. She mutters under her breath, "I am certain I felt my stigma's presence here." Then her gaze locks onto him. For a moment, she simply stares. Then softly yet firmly, she speaks. "The fact that you bear a stigma I have never granted to anyone before means only one thing." His breath catches. His mind struggles to comprehend her words. What is she saying? Vega steps closer, her eyes searching his. "You are the heaven-defying star, the one who bends fate itself, the one and only savior of a world destined for destruction." Her words hit like a thunderclap. His heart pounds in his chest. This can't be real. Vega extends her hand toward him, her voice unwavering. "You must be a regressor." The world around him seems to freeze. His thoughts come to a screeching halt. His entire body tenses, unable to process the weight of her statement. A regressor? Him? His lips part, but no words come out. Finally, in a dazed whisper, the only thing he can muster is, "Huh?" A pause, a long, tense pause. Then, in sheer confusion, he blurts out, "I'm definitely not." Just when he thought it was over, fate had other plans. Will he embrace his destiny or defy it once again? Find out in the next episode. Don't miss what happens next. Hit that notification bell so you're the first to know. And if you're loving the story so far, drop a fire in the comments. Subscribe now and join the Manhwa domain for more epic recaps, because this journey is just getting started.